In this video, we'll be talking about natal sun in Taurus in the 10th house and what this placement means for you if you have it in your chart. With that being said, what the sun represents is the quality of our actions and how we want to be seen by others, and is perceived to others as an aspect of our personalities. It's really just the way that we constantly tend to act, because the sun shows what motivates our actions and how we want to be seen and our value to others. So it's how we shine in the world. Now, this placement of the sun being in Taurus, somewhere in your 10th house, is a very powerful placement, because the 10th house is about fame, success, and our reputation. And the sun shows that we stand out in those ways. And we stand out in terms of our professional success. And it can show fame when it's in the 10th house. Especially when the sun is your chart ruler, meaning that you have the ascendant in Leo. Now, if you have the sun in Cancer, this will have less of an effect. But you still have Leo somewhere in your first house. So with that being said, when the sun is in Taurus, which is the sign of value, of possessions, of money, and of self-worth and talents, it shows somebody whose actions are motivated around demonstrating their value or acquiring more value through the form of self-worth, money, possessions, or success. And when the sun is in Taurus, it's in the 10th sign from its own sign. The 10th house is about fame, notoriety, success, and ambition. So generally speaking, people that have the sun in Taurus in the 10th house, or their chart ruler in Taurus, basically, for a lot of you guys, and for a lot of them, these are people that are quite ambitious, and they want to be of value professionally or publicly. So within their profession, they will usually be standout performers, and nobody can do their job as well as they do, because Taurus is about quality. And Taurus sun shows a very qualitative person who has a good sense of taste and quality. And they also have aesthetic gifts, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is about beauty, value, and worth and quality. So anyway, these people tend to have strong aesthetic gifts, or they tend to have a good understanding of quality, and like everything they do has an aspect of quality to how they do it, especially in a professional sense, and when it comes to their work. Now, anyways, when the sun is in 10th house in Taurus, this is why it shows somebody whose work is of high quality. And also Taurus is about talent, so nobody can really be as good in terms of the quality as the Taurus sun individual. And talent is something that cannot be taught. It's something that is innate. And Taurus is the sign of talents, so it shows that in a past life, you repeated a skill, or you repeated a form of knowledge until you mastered it. And so in this life, you were born with a Taurus placement. And basically now you have innate gifts that come very naturally to you, even if you don't really have to try. But I recommend that you still try and put an effort into work, because talent does not beat hard work. And anyways, so you guys are likely very ambitious though. So you guys not only have talents, but you put in a lot of work in order to stand out or to achieve fame or recognition, in order in terms of your talents, I should say. So next, the next thing about this placement of the sun in the 10th house is that these individuals' actions are motivated by the opinions of others. And since it's in Taurus, it's also about maintaining the opinions of others, because Taurus is about possessions and it's about value. The 10th house is about our reputation, or how we are known, or how people see us. So together, this shows somebody whose actions are revolving around maintaining some sort of public image. And also it's about quality. So they are very qualitative and self-aware about how they come across. Now, these are really aesthetic and perfectionistic or artistic individuals when it comes to their work lives, but also how they portray themselves publicly, because the 10th house is about our relations to the public. So these guys and gals that have the sun in the 10th house in Taurus, they're very aesthetic, perfectionistic, or artistic about their social media and how they portray themselves on there, because the 10th house shows social media and our public image. Now, also, people with the sun in Taurus in the 10th house, their talents become a part of their career, and especially it could be revolving around creative or aesthetic talents. And also they apply their talents towards this desire to be seen as capable or as somebody that is talented within the workplace or amongst their peers. So like I was saying, they will stand out amongst their peers in terms of the quality of their work, or like in terms of the professional marketplace of, you know, the niche that they're in, or like the market that they're in for their talents. Like they would tend to stand out. And that's because the sun makes you stand out, and it can even bring fame when it's in the 10th house. So since it's also the person's chart ruler, and the chart ruler is basically just the ruler of the ascendant kind of shows the theme of our life, or our actions and what they are motivated by, or like the career path not the career path, but the life path that we have. And since the chart ruler is in the 10th house, this shows somebody that has thought about fame a lot, and they like want to be known. So it's not just something that comes for no reason. It's like something that they actually, you know, identify with, and they like want to acquire. And it's part of like their life path is to climb as high as they can and be as successful as possible and be recognized and do like meaningful things in the world, because the 10th house is about doing meaningful things and having an impact that will be remembered. So anyway, their talents are setting them apart from peers, or even from the social sphere that they're in online, because the 10th house is about how we relate to the public. And again, these guys will have a very aesthetic, you know, image, or like a very qualitative image. They're very self-aware of how they come across to others, or professionally or publicly. So this placement is also about being seen for your possessions or your qualities. And so for this reason, a lot of people that have this placement will tend to show off their possessions or their successes on social media. And that's just a quality of Leos. And the reason I bring that up is because Leo is the natural sign that has the 10th house in Taurus. Leo is all about being seen, or about giving values to others, or about showing people. The words that describe Leo is I show. The word that describes Taurus is I have. So together, this shows somebody that likes to display their possessions or their qualities or their talents. And when Leo and Taurus are combined, this creates success or fame. So anyway, the final thing about this placement is it's having to do with the emotions of others, because the 10th house is the opposite of the 4th house. The 4th house is about our own emotions. Oppositions are always about others. And so the 10th house shows the emotions of others, especially how they feel about us. And that's what our reputation is. So again, these people that have the sun here, or their chart ruler, their actions will be very self-aware, and they'll be aware of how other people feel about them. And so, they can be self-critical or hard on themselves for that reason, because they are just so self-conscious of what other people think of them. especially if it's the chart ruler. Now, finally, this placement, since it's a Taurus placement, it indicates talents, because anytime there's a planet in the second house or in Taurus, this indicates somebody with innate talents. Especially in Taurus, it's about aesthetic gifts or, quality. So anyway, this placement shows a talented person with many capabilities. Particularly, they have a talent of displaying things. They know how to relate to the public. They know like public relation skills, and they just have a natural talent of professionally presenting themselves to the world, or like presenting things. They know how to aesthetically make things appear professional, or how to make things aesthetically or visually or energetically impact people's emotions, and like how to entertain others in that sense too. Because Leo, the sign that has the 10th house in Taurus, is all about entertainment. But of course, some of you guys could be Cancers that have the 10th house starting in Aries, but you have the sun a little bit later in your 10th house. This just shows that if that's your placement, that just shows that you are motivated by your responsibilities, and a lot of your action goes towards your success, and your ego, which is the sun, comes from being recognized for your talents. So it's a very similar effect. So anyway, that basically summarizes this placement. And so with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed and that you found this relatable. If you did, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more content. And if you would like a personalized natal chart reading where I make a video of your chart and all of your placements, then check the link in the description to my Patreon, where I make a free natal chart reading for each of my Jupiter tier patrons. And also I provide 50% off readings for my basic tier, my bottommost tier of patrons. Also, I have an email in my description if you'd like to contact me that way for more specific inquiries or for readings. With that being said, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting in any way that you do. And I will talk to you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.